This is exactly how Scooby and Shaggy would try to run from this thing.
Didn't die in the blast, but the radiation will certainly kill us. Hooray! Good thing Mark isn't there. Oh wait, yeah, he is.
What's odd is that they're not talking about the vampire venom. They're just talking about the natural venom that flows through Kristen Stewart. Michael Bay rips off the spin around 360 during a shootout shot from Bad Boys 2.
I mean, this is a gorgeous bird.
Came from. A giant fist is what knocks Parallax into the sun? Almost nothing ever affected him the whole movie, and now a f***ing fist. What exactly are these bad guys here for?
I'd like to find out.
Well, sure, you nearly destroyed my career and didn't want to marry me, but yeah, we could give this another go.
Don't you know who I am? I'm the Juggernaut, bitch!
Shooting from the chest is the best way to make sure even Tyrion Lannister can block your
This can still be a day of days.
Every day is a day of damn days.
The school forgets about that no longer safe decree. Dramatic slow motion shot of people falling into the water cliche. Same fridge, same ones, but 2 more decorations. Also, there's one on a cereal box faintly on top of the fridge and one on a newspaper on the kitchen table peeking out. Superman really had no choice here if he wanted to save those humans. I mean, it's not like he could have just gouged out Zod's eyes, or merely paralyzed him by breaking his spine, or thrown him across the room and kept fighting the fight he was winning, or used his ice breath power he somehow didn't discover in this movie to freeze Zod's heat ray, or even Zod himself. Oh, how does that keep the door closed? Talk about the movie's time travel. They go back in time, but practically everything we see them do is stuff that happened the first time through. Harry getting hit with a rock, distracting the werewolf, etc. This is a paradox of Terminator proportions unless there's an original unique experience where the time turner isn't being used. Harry and crew would go to Hagrid's cabin and likely get caught by Dumbledore. Then none of the things we see happen would actually happen. They don't save Buckbeak, Ron doesn't lose his rat, Sirius doesn't drag Ron into the tree and into the shack, Harry doesn't find out Scabbers is Peter Pettigrew, Lupin turns into a werewolf somewhere else, and Sirius doesn't get nailed by the Dementors. And scene. The problem with this, though, besides the fact that we in the audience didn't get to see this original experience, is that at this point, only Buckbeak has been harmed, and you weren't using a time travel device just to go back and save that asshole. They don't have any other motivation to begin going back and trying to fix stuff. Thus, a paradox. I guess Soren's men didn't hear Ray's push him into the water?
Oh no, who's our female protagonist gonna fall in love with now?
You just called me Ivy.
I watched this scene several times, and no, he didn't.
Will it affect your decision to send him here, knowing that he is your father? God, a person could go crazy thinking about this.
Right? I mean, isn't this a paradox of Terminator-like proportions?
It's Allie's car. We saw her leave it right where the red car is currently sitting back when she arrived yesterday. And then they went out on the boat, got caught in the rain, and ran straight inside to do it. So when did anyone move Allie's car? Was it the same farmland Oompa Loompa fairies that fixed the fence? Slow motion jump off the stage.
How did Jacob get a shirt after the melee with Paul?
Oh, you didn't see that.
You're holding it.
Well, okay. That checks out.
I officially don't know what the is going on in this battle. There were elephants falling off cliffs, and now they're on a battlefield that looks like they're in the middle of a desert somewhere. And the Persians keep sending unskilled fodder toward the Spartans and expecting anything to change. Why would you
Is this one open already?
Hey, I need a line that points out to the audience that this one's already open. You know, just in case they can't tell by looking. What, the bumping stuff bothers you all of a sudden? It's a shock?
Son of a bitch!
I know, what a dick. Defending his truck and...
You want to stand up?
Katniss asks a guy whose heart stopped if he wants to stand up 4 seconds after it started beating again. These booby traps survived over 350 years in these caves without rotting away. You guys, I got the 14-year-old. I'm nailing her in the room of requirement later.
No sex, dear.
Okay, I know this movie doesn't take itself too seriously, but come on, either the characters are in a dire survival situation or they're in the movie Airplane. Which one is it? Instead, man, they got every conceivable angle of the Bakersfield Massacre back then. I mean, this is thorough.
Costume's a bit much.
Also, why did Thor and Loki keep their exact voice no matter who they changed into until Loki turned into Captain America?
Oh, a mangled mess of computer graphics sprites washed up on the beach. Afterlife Sam is a dick to his former girlfriend.
Trinity!
Oh, now he pulls out the gun. And as you can see, pulling it out now has terrible disadvantages, like Neo being able to dodge the bullets. He spots Peter in the crowd below. That's some sinful bullshit right there.
I know for these assholes to show up. They were like 5 feet away from him the whole time.
There goes that scurvy dog Jimmy Wilhelm, dying another height-related death.
22 seconds of gasping.
I'm here.
I needed to make this dramatic entrance in case someone asked that question.
Funny how good innocent people tend to die around you.
He's seriously taunting Wolverine at this moment? For real?
Get down.
Record scratch noise and the music goes off when the main character interrupts a party cliche.
We interrupt this Snow White movie to bring you Tim Burton's Snow White. I think that somehow doesn't see Jack or the other helicopter craft thingy with the girl in it. From the way we've seen Vika and Jack behave earlier, this new pilot's comm officer should be picking up life signs, and spacecraft radar, and all kinds of other clues about Jack's presence in their sector.
Narrowly escaped death about 11 times in this movie, but what the hell, let's give it one more go.
When I was was just right under the bed.
It's the same house Mal hid her totem in Inception.
Never fall in love with a woman who sells herself.
Unnecessary advice. Because Delacourt is an idiot who can't properly task her all-seeing satellites. That's why.
You run.
Hi, Sven's family!
I like Josh Gad as much as the next guy, but he clearly watched too much Ice Age before making this movie. His character's a discount Sid if I ever saw one. You're not online. He's not on the line or not online. Also, this is a terrible disguise if you're planning on not being discovered. If you can transform into a copier, you should be able to make copies.
You need me!
Also, it sure is a good thing that Matt is dating another person who carries a camera with them at all times, so we could start seeing things from another perspective.
All revolve around him needing the souls of human children to survive. Now,
One child every decade or so will do. And he has to kill the entire rest of the family for some reason, including other tasty children he could simply store in the fridge for later. Monkey dentist. Oh,
These are not supposed to happen in our neighborhood.
is this guy really the main character? The protagonist? I can't really relate to his money-based racism, or his wife's worrywart demeanor. Both kids are f***ing assholes and stupid. Who am I supposed to be rooting for here?
What meant to do are invisible.
I think the movie could basically have started here. Sentinels are gonna attack Zion. Let's go to the Oracle. Awesome ideas about the Matrix and Rogue programs. Boom! This is the scene that finally sets the movie into motion. Wait, you made them all sign an ink and paper for a clandestine magic training club? How many weapons does this guy need to carry? Couldn't they just pass them down to the steer dwarves outside and make a quiet pile? Also, invisible naked Jessica Alba. Wait, everyone in this scene gets a look at naked Jessica Alba except the audience. Also, and not only did April get down here during the fight, she somehow dragged Raphael down here with her. And unfortunately for the human Casey, this chase takes place along a path where all the gaps between buildings are jumpable. Was the monster hunting?
Sorry, bro. Close studio.
That must be why the door is wide open.
Nice.